move on and tell you about the big appointment of the day. The government has appointed Viral Acharya as the Deputy Governor of the RBI for a term of 3 years. Viral Acharya is the CV Star Professor of Economics at the New York University's Stern School of Business. He's also the Director of National Stock Exchange, New York University Joint Initiative on Study of Indian Capital Markets. He has also worked with the London Business School as a Professor of Finance. Acharya's research interests include regulation of banks and financial institutions, corporate finance, credit risk and valuation of corporate debt. An alumni of IIT Bombay, Acharya earned a PhD in finance from New York University in 2001. In a statement to CNBC TV 18, Viral Acharya said, and I quote, "I am honoured at being offered the opportunity and hope to give it my best," end quote. Well, our colleague Latha Venkatesh caught up with Darrell Duffie, the finance professor at Stanford University, who has also co-authored research papers with Viral Acharya, and asked him if Acharya would be a strength to the central bank and to India's banking system.
I've known Viral for many years. He has a broad spectrum of research on many topics, but I think he's best known for his work on banking and financial stability.
India at the moment could do with a lot on banking. There are asset quality problems with many Indian banks, especially those that lend to infrastructure projects. Would Viral Acharya be a strength to the central bank and the banking regulation part?
Absolutely. He's a man with great not only research skills but knowledge, especially in the area of Indian banking. I've been reading his research recently on public sector banks and the need to capitalize them or break them up into bad banks and have the good banks absorbed into the private sector.
Okay. You too have co-authored a paper, or jointly written a paper on the international financial crisis and the aftermath. Would that be an important angle that Dr. Acharya would bring to the table during his stint at the Reserve Bank of India?
Well, of course, in the event that there's financial instability in India, Professor Acharya is exactly the sort of person you'd want to have on board. Hopefully it won't come to that, and his expertise on fixing the banking system before there's a crisis will be the main value in adding him to the Reserve Bank of India.
Okay. You haven't spoken much about his contribution to monetary policy, but I mean, he's, I guess, known more for credit risk and risk analysis. Is that an area that he can, easily master?
Yeah, I would say, of course, he has broad knowledge of finance, including monetary policy. But I would say that, if I were at the Reserve Bank of India, I would want to have him on my team because of his expertise in financial stability, macroprudential risk management, the banking system, corporate finance generally, credit risk. He's a master in these areas. He's one of the world's top experts in these areas.
Well, that's Professor Darrell Duffie there.